actually find it meaningful to challenge the concept of cultural symbols being developed by amateurs in an open source way. Because when you hear International Ocean Station, I'm sure you think about International Space Station. And the International Space Station is more a realization of rocket scientists, selected politicians, it's closed. But in open sailing, we like to challenge that by creating International Ocean Station, what we associate with closed community, as an open community of amateurs and specialists. So that is one of the driving reasons why
that we're not going for like national funds, or that we're not going for big universities, but trying rather to make a place where the really enthusiast amateurs and specialists are meeting. That is that we cannot make we don't want to make a bottom-up solution or top-bottom solution. It doesn't really make sense to let. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. One of the perspectives, maybe you know the Argo system. The idea is that we would like to participate, not create many international ocean stations, but if we could also provide some useful data, just to contribute. And we are looking as well, like I was previously saying, like looking at more vernacular technologies, or how people build stuff on their own with more biological material and more sustainable. And then we'd like to talk a bit about the process, more the social process, maybe quite quick. Yeah.
So the product of open sailing is really rich. There's so much design invention, research invention, but the process of open sailing is as important as the product. And open sailing is very much inspired by Web 2.0, Facebook, open source programming, Wikipedia. And we have a blog, we have a Flickr, we have Facebook, Twitter. So a lot of the interaction between all the contributors happen on such social media. So then, what was it? Oh, sorry. And then the open architecture is the dissertation that Cesar wrote in RCA, where we try to apply the philosophy of social media, Web 2.0, into physical world, object to object, human to human.
How do you make open source hardware, basically? Because on software, it's kind of easy to imagine that you can exchange data, it's free, you can copy, paste it, it's easy, but how do you make it in the physical world, especially in architecture or product design?
So now, when you talk about collaborative framework, social media, people tend to bundle Wikipedia, open source programming, YouTube, Facebook all together. But we categorized into two. There's a collaborative framework of Playground, which includes something like, oops, oh, no, sorry. Okay, I'm not going to do this anymore.
Well, just do it with the keyboard.
Okay.
It's the old school way it's working.
Sorry, it's old school way. Okay. Okay, so collaborative framework of Playground includes Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. It's a truly open network. Anything could exist. Maybe your videos might get banned, but any bad video could exist. And then there's a collaborative framework of directed experiments. That's more Wikipedia and open source programming projects.
Trying to create knowledge with targets.
So yeah, there's one agenda, is to create value. And then Playground is multiple agenda. So the focus is more on sharing and networking. And then open sailing, we place ourselves between these two. So we are a Playground hosting
direct experiments. So originally it's the Playground, so it's the people like just exchanging freely that kind of crystallized into groups that we call labs. And they are formed, for example, we didn't initiate it. There's a girl from Germany, and she initiated a lab of ours, which is called Ocean Cookbook. And she won 10,000 euros, which is now financing a lot of other activities. So people come and create their own lab, and they participate. Yeah.
Okay. So open sailing has been a huge practical experiment, and we'd like to talk about what we discovered from it.
So the process, meeting people. So like I was mentioning, this girl from Germany won 10,000 euros and is participating. Problems of money, authorization, authority, like it's difficult to put a big object in the water if you're not an architecture firm, especially if you're a group of enthusiast amateurs, it's usually not enough to. And yeah, this kind of thing. So we see how self-organization can happen, especially in open source hardware development. The pulling power of vision, like how much it changed when we proposed the International Ocean Station. Before we were just a group of anxious people. And then we see that in design, many things seems compatible. Scale matters, and that's also what I was trying to test. The idea is that internal forces are usually better than restrictive rules. So basically, it's not giving people instruction or limiting what they're doing, but instead having a set of internal forces, which are force, time, and social, which I could develop if you ask. But this is how the project evolved.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really like light speed.
So to be honest, we didn't know what we were doing. It sounds like we knew that we were going to make a collaborative framework from the very beginning, but that's what we discovered later.
The framework did not exist. It came to existence, emerged.
It emerged. So in the beginning, it was an individual project by Cesar on open architecture, study on open architecture. Then I joined in and more people joined in. But
the open architecture project was already 37 people writing a dissertation together. So yeah, it's never been really like a solitary project. But yeah, you can read. So
our focus was more on the actual architectural designs. We put in a lot of focus on what the architecture is going to look like, how we're going to live on sea, how we do it in an open architecture way. But as we worked progressively, the group itself that we were in became open architecture, if you know what I mean, because we were interacting with them with that mindset. So the whole community became open architecture.
The experiment. Yeah. So we'd like to thank our partners, so our college, my parents who helped a lot financially, they have to pay back. The people who give us the safety equipment, the Area 10, which is an art center in Peckham, South London, Lucky PDF, Vestalpine, who is our sponsor for the Ars Electronica Festival, Linz, that we are participating this year, the Barbican, thanks today, and the Art and Architecture Association, the V2 in Netherlands, Patchbo is providing us for the electronics, and Bash for the sustainable design advice in the world.
And there are many, many, many great people that have to be really thanked, and a lot of them are here as well. And it's an open project. So if you want to contribute, if you want to join, it's there for you to join. So please go to the website and drop us an email if you like to do something, design the flag on the ship or something, or create the So that was open sailing in a lightning. So if you got a question for us, please. Thank you.